KIDO Talk Radio proudly presents the show that answers your questions about home ownership. Welcome to Real Estate Rescue with your host, Greg Ferrera.
Good afternoon and welcome to Greg Ferrera's Real Estate Rescue. Thanks for tuning in to KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM and 107.5 FM. I'm your host, Greg Ferrera. I'm a local real estate agent with over 25 years experience. I work over at Good Vibes Real Estate, which is locally owned and operated here in Boise and serving the entire Treasure Valley from Mountain Home to Ontario and everywhere in between. I would like to introduce my co-host, Mr. Clint Walker of Summit Funding, located right here in Meridian. Clint has over 20 years experience in the lending industry and does a fantastic job with his customers. Clint, welcome to the show.
Greg, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have some fun today.
Let's go.
We have a great guest.
Yeah.
Some things to share.
Nice.
The market's moving along.
It's crazy.
There's some challenges.
Let's go.
That's why we're here.
That's 100% why we're here.
Navigate the real estate
That's
market.
right.
All right, folks, Real Estate Rescue is one of the Treasure Valley's top resources for up-to-date, real-time real estate sales information, statistics, and current trends. You'll also get great tips on home maintenance, remodeling, and updating, as well as some new and creative financing options with Clint and his team. Now, folks, Clint and I are here to provide you with accurate, up-to-date information, resources, and assistance in all areas of real estate and finance. We want to put our extensive experience to work for you, the great people of Idaho. And Clint, I want to highlight experience matters.
Boy, it does, doesn't it?
Wow. You can make people money and save people money with
Yes,
some
you can.
experience. Yep.
Yep.
Now, for those of you who might be getting ready to move, maybe needing some temporary storage during your move, or you got caught in one of these delays with a move, maybe new construction, something got in the way. Wanted you to know our friends over at Pro Relo Group are here to serve you. Whether it's a local move right here in the Treasure Valley or somewhere across this amazing country, the folks at Pro Relo Group are ready to serve you. Go to our website, realestaterescueidaho.com, and you can scroll down and you can hit the Pro Relo Group button, or you can hit the bottom, fill out the form at the bottom and push send, and we'll have somebody get back to you right away. You can also reach us by email, greg at realestaterescueidaho.com. Again, that's Greg, G-R-E-G, at realestaterescueidaho.com, or you can give us a call directly at 208-559-0590. Slow down, Clint.
There it
says.
is.
There we go, 208-559-0590. And Clint, I think a week or two ago, we had a caller reach out to you and said, boys, slow down. I want to give your number too, for those of you who are looking for some money, whether it's finance or refinance. Clint's working some miracles for people. 208-870-4279. One more time, Clint.
There it is. 208-870-4279.
Yes. Thank you, folks, for tuning in today. We have a great show planned. We have a guest coming in from the Canyon County Sheriff's Office to share some ideas and programs and impact opportunities they have for you in the Valley and what's happening in the real estate market. Clint,
Yes,
let's start out. Spring's here. Can we agree?
Spring is sprung.
The weather's interesting. This week, there were some winds. I was out in Notice, and I about got blown over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Couldn't
that
see
happens
across
this
the
time
road.
of year.
Yeah, it was an
really
adventure. And then, I don't know, an hour later,
does. Boom.
Yeah.
Calm.
it was
Beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Now, prices are still up. We keep waiting for them to come down. We do have some stats. We'll try to get to
Yeah.
those. But there's a lot going on, Clint. Can you kind of share with everybody what you're seeing from the lender seat?
We're seeing all kinds of things. I know you're going to talk about this because prices, you said, are still up, but in some areas and some homes are coming down.
It would have seemed that way, huh?
It does a little bit.
A couple.
That you can see price reductions, price changes, different things happening. So it's all over the board. So don't be discouraged that there's something that you can't get. We can definitely help you find it.
Now, Clint, if any of our listeners are at home and wanting to capitalize on the sale, going, did I miss the opportunity? The commercial.
Yeah.
You did not miss your
You
opportunity.
did not miss the opportunity.
I was involved in a couple transactions this last week, and
Absolutely.
there were multiple offers.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. It's impressive to watch.
It is.
Yep. Amazing. So, folks, we do have a couple reminders here. If you have access to a pen, pencil, or crayon, every now and then we come up with a phone number, an email, an idea, something fun that you want to jot down. So see if you can grab something to have by your side. We also are fans of Jerry Maguire, that movie from long ago.
Long ago.
Yeah, and our mantra for Clint in 2021 is show me the money.
Yes.
And
people
our
are
mantra,
asking me that all the time.
Show me the money.
They're asking me, hey, show me the money.
And our mantra here is help me help you.
Yeah.
We cannot do it on our own. We need your help.
That's right.
We got to work together.
Yep.
Okay, now, next reminder, communication is always a big deal, Clint.
It really is.
Especially in this industry. Now, we joke about the phones. I always say those amazing computers that we carry around and take selfies. I know you and I are both big selfie fans.
Massive. Yeah, it's huge.
Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm just not.
All those fun things. I wanted you to know that you can actually use that phone to call friends, family, and people that you think about.
Really?
Yep.
It can happen.
Yeah.
You just have to pick it up.
Yep.
Dial the number.
We won't encourage that.
Remember we used to have the numbers memorized?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they now? You don't even know.
I have no idea.
You went back to the rotary dial?
Oh, yeah.
You used to write down the phone and click, click, click,
Yeah,
click,
just like that. Yeah, all the way through.
And you were tied to the wall.
Yes, you were.
Folks, we want to encourage you in 2021 to use that telephone to make phone calls. People have been isolated, lots going on in the world, and you just never know.
That's right.
You can have an impact on somebody's life in a positive way. So please pick up that phone and make a call. See if you can't make somebody's day.
Love it.
Be kind. We always do talk about that. You never know. You're in line. You're at the store. You have an opportunity to do something nice. Pass it on. Pay for somebody's groceries. Buy them a cup of coffee. Do something kind. Let them in traffic.
Yeah, that too.
Be careful. Yep. So be kind. Let's see. What else do we have here? Shout outs. John and Pam won't give last names, but shout outs. They did a bunch of things to get their home ready to put on the market.
That's right.
So I want to give them a big shout out. This should be a very successful transaction, and looking forward to working with you. And Randy and Julie, is it almost a congratulations? Are we close?
Yeah, really.
Congratulations for a long road of making adjustments.
Great people.
Very cool.
Amazing.
Now, Clint, last weekend we had Mayor Rule on from a town you're familiar with, Middleton, Idaho.
Yep.
And we got some great feedback. So for those of you who reached out to the mayor, thank you.
Yep.
What a fantastic show. We had a great time. We have many more mayors coming on here in the next few weeks. Looking forward to having some fun with that. So thank you for those of you who participated and reached out to the mayor. And then search options. We have a search option on our website, realestaterescueidaho.com. You can search for homes. Clint, there's been a bunch of people sign up lately. realestaterescueidaho.com. If you get on there, there's a button, search for homes. You do have to sign in, but we promise we won't stalk you unless, Clint, as Clint says, unless you want to be stalked.
Unless you want to.
You'll have to let us know, and you can search for homes there. You can also get home valuations and find out about financing and or refinancing. Now, one thing I am passionate about, those ads out there saying we pay cash for your home, Clint.
Yep.
Please be careful, folks. This is a great market. They make that sound good. Please do know they're trying to capitalize and make money on you, not the other way around. They are there to make money, not to have you make money.
Yep.
So be careful. Again, 3 ways to reach out to us. realestaterescueidaho.com. We got email, greg@realestaterescueidaho.com. And you can call us 208-559-0590.
Sure.
Clint, all right. That's enough for those reminders.
That's it.
Now, interest rates.
Yes.
We've not had much going on in the last, 6 weeks?
No, rates have stayed just right there. Yeah. I've seen them down 3 1/4, 3.1. I mean, they're right there at the low threes. Can you ask much better than that? I mean, that's just awesome.
And I know I can't get you to quote because everybody's situation's different.
Everybody's different.
Yep.
Hey, I'm seeing people still that are in the upper fours, some of them the low fives on their interest rates, and they're saying, hey, how do I get out of this? Is there still a way? Well, yeah, prices have gone up, and appraisals have gone up. And we'll talk a little bit about appraisals, I'm sure, today. I know that's be one of the topics, but there are still opportunities. It's all about the structure, and it's all about putting the deal together and figuring out where you stand. How do we do it? And that's what I'm here for, is to help them walk through that. Just like you do on the house, I help them walk through on the financing side of it. What's the best way to make it fit for you?
So, Clint, if I'm listening and I go, guys, we got an interest rate that's probably a little bit too high, but, our credit's not that great. I don't know if we're going to be able to capitalize on this.
Right. And that's something that we're doing every single day. There are people that come in that maybe aren't exactly where they think they should be. I've got one right now where we were able to bump her credit score up 50 points. In the last 2 months, we were able to now get her approved on the house. She's closing next week. Everything is amazing. And so there's a way to do it. We can help guide you through it. We can help get you over that next step and get you ready. There's people all the time that we're getting moved to that point. Now they can afford to buy the house. We give you a plan. Here's a plan of how to get there. This is what you need to do step by step to get there.
Are there some programs, Clint, and I don't know if there are, I'm just kind of checking with you. You know, time and time again over the years, programs will come and go, aggressive programs, allowing maybe you don't have to have a 975 credit score to get an FHA loan. I'm just kind of
right.
You know, are there some programs a little more forgiving, I guess?
Sure, of course.
Say. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, folks, if you're thinking about this, please do reach out to Clint. Give him a call directly. If you have that pen, pencil, or crayon, 208-870-4279. One more time, 208-870-4279. And they can text you too?
Of course.
Perfect. Yeah, don't be bashful. Now, one more thing I'm excited about, Clint. I was asking a few weeks ago because I'm watching people who are trying to sell and they're concerned that they can't make an offer when they're sitting on their home and they need to sell their home. There was this amazing thing back in the 90s, you know, way back when we used to just ride horses to work. And
way back.
Yeah. Called a bridge loan.
Ooh.
And you brought that back.
Yes.
That's pretty exciting.
It is very exciting.
You want to speak about it for just 30 seconds? We're getting down to the wire again.
30 seconds. I'll tell you, bridge loan is could take longer than 30 seconds, but I'm telling you, the bridge loan is there. You have equity in your home. If you have equity in your home and you want to go out and purchase a home, you have that option to go purchase a home and use the equity that you have now to purchase the home so that you can buy the home that you're looking for and not stress about moving.
You know, maybe we should do this. Let's take a quick break. We're up against one, and we can get to the details.
Let's do it.
Before we have our guest.
Yep.
All right, folks, we need to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to Greg Ferrera's Real Estate Rescue on KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM, 107.5 FM. We hope you're enjoying the show on this beautiful Saturday. We will be back right after the break, and we're going to talk about more bridge loans and some opportunities in the market. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. You're listening to Greg Ferrera's Real Estate Rescue on KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM and 107.5 FM. I'm your host, Greg Ferrera with Good Vibes Real Estate, along with my co-host, Mr. Clint Walker, and his Creative Solutions team at Summit Funding. Clint, welcome back.
Well, thank you, Greg.
I want to make sure we don't skip this. I know we have a great guest. I'm excited to share with our audience today, our guest. It'll be quite an interesting conversation. But Clint, this bridge loan is important because it's new. It will help people from situations they're currently maybe stuck with.
Yep.
And this will bridge the gap and allow them to make a move.
That's right. We're in the middle of it now. We have people that are using it. So they're in the process of using it right now. So it's a great program. We have people that have lots of equity, been in their home for a long time. Maybe they're moving out of the city a little bit, out of.
Can we move if I'm going out of state? Can I still use it? Or do I have to just be in Idaho?
No, they can even use it when they're out of state coming here. I mean, it doesn't matter. So we have one coming from California coming here, using the equity from their home there. It will, for when it sells there, so that they can buy this home. They have to be competitive here, right? In order for them to be competitive, they've got to be able to have the money to put down and not have a contingency, and that's what this is all about.
Gotcha. Okay. So if we're in our house today, we have equity that's been built in here automatically over the last 24 months. We can use that to leverage ourselves to get the home we're trying to go after.
There you go.
Without selling our current home.
That's right.
And then in this process, we still have to make one payment, not double up, right?
That's right.
Okay, fantastic. Folks, if you want to learn about that, give Clint a call, text, email, but we won't get much in the emails. Greg at realestaterescue.com.
Yeah, there you go, right there. Clint's
number, 208-870-4279. Slow it down, Greg. 208-870-4279. Folks, we're trying to slow it down a little bit. Be a little more effective. I do want to take some time here, Clint. We have a special guest. Real Estate Rescue supports our men and women in law enforcement in the Valley and everywhere, but especially here in the Treasure Valley where we live and work with our fellow law enforcement officers, and we support them. We have some great relationships around the Valley, and today we have a special guest. She has been, she's with the Victims Witness Coordinator Program with the Canyon County Sheriff's Office. She's worked with crime victims for over 24 years, Clint.
Wow.
Utah and Idaho, she's worked with both prosecutors and directly with law enforcement. She is a founding board member for the Advocates Against Family Violence that was established in 2001. She's worked with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, created an online victims management software. In 2006, Canyon County Sheriff's Office established the first victim services in the criminal investigation unit. She was starting that. And then in 2017, she received the National Crime Victim Services Award, Sir Optimus Ruby Award for outstanding work to improve the lives of women, and Award of Excellence for Outstanding Victim Services from the Idaho Council on Domestic Violence and Victims Assistance. Wow.
Wow, no kidding.
Sounds like she's busy helping people who are
Yes.
victims of crimes. And she is married, has 4 amazing children. She does live in Middleton. And without further ado,
Meridian.
Alicia Bowles, welcome to the show.
There you go.
Thank you so much. I live in Meridian.
Meridian.
Beautiful Meridian.
Beautiful Meridian. I think we talked about that earlier.
Yep. Alicia,
Yeah.
thanks for taking time with us on a Saturday afternoon. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Before I start asking a bunch of questions, are there some things that you'd like to share with our audience that you're passionate about? Obviously, you've been doing this for more than a week or two, and you've had a lot of experience. What would you like to share with our folks?
You know, I think the main thing I would like to share is that crime victims in Idaho are well taken care of and well cared for by a variety of different agencies, from law enforcement to prosecutors to Mothers Against Drunk Driving to advocacy agencies. And there is a wide range of professionals in Idaho that are very passionate about victims and about serving Idaho citizens. So I think that's the number one thing that I'd really want people to understand is watching the media. I don't think anyone knows, what rights victims have, but in Idaho, victims have a lot of rights.
Awesome.
You know, we see here in one of the notes, Alicia, that there were 316 cases between 2 witness coordinators. Is that correct, in 1 year?
Yes, right.
Wow, that's a lot.
So we have worked, and keep in mind, there are 11 coordinators within Canyon County, and there's even more than that in Ada County. So if you kind of split up each of those coordinators with 150 or 200 cases each, it's a lot of victims. And those are a lot of people that we are going out of our way to serve and make sure that they can heal and become survivors on the other end.
Wow. You know, you were kind enough to send some information. I did a little research and did just reading this last week, and I appreciate that. There was some enlightening information. Alicia, when you're a part of this, and for our listening audience, can you kind of track with us? There was some notes about, your initial victim in many cases. Their first contact is with your 911 response. People on the street, your patrol folks, those types of folks are who they initially come into contact with. Can you kind of walk us through maybe a situation without a lot of detail, but kind of sharing how this works? And, do you just come and give somebody a hug and give them a bear? I remember in the old days when I was on patrol, we had little bears in the back of the car, and we used to give those little comfort bears out. But we didn't have the ability to continue to follow up. Can you talk about the follow-up that goes on for folks?
Yes, absolutely. So when someone first calls dispatch, most people do not call dispatch on a regular basis. So when they're calling, they are in trauma, in chaos, and so those dispatchers are the people on the other end of the line trying to keep you stable enough to be able to get first responders there. Often the second person is that responding patrol deputy that is responding to your incident, and it could be criminal, it could be medical, it could be a wide variety of things. But those 2 people are key people in how you react and how your reaction is in this process, because if they're not very nice to you, that kind of gets you even more spun up. Once there is an incident, and let's say in particular that there's something particularly violent or there's children involved or something like that, they may call a victim witness coordinator to come to the scene, and we start assisting with the families so that the cops can worry about evidence, the detectives can worry about evidence, and we are worried about the people on scene, connecting them with resources, meaning maybe they need to go seek medical attention, maybe they need to get a hold of other family members, maybe they need help understanding what's going to happen with a coroner's office if there's a death. So we're kind of that, I kind of see it as that helping hand in the middle of chaos and hoping to pull people out of the chaos and back into normal life. And so our role sometimes starts at the crime scene. Sometimes it may start, a day later once everything is calmed down. But we follow victims from the beginning of the crime clear to the end of the crime. If someone goes to prison, there are also victim witness coordinators through the prison process, and we all communicate to help victims at each stage in the process.
Wow.
Wow, that's quite the process.
Yeah, I don't think that people realize that victims have a lot of help to pay for medical bills. That's obviously a really big thing, especially for our DUI victims that are hurt in crashes. They may have their car insurance, but maybe it's going to exceed something. So we help them with crime victims compensation to get medical costs paid for, potentially counseling, funeral benefits, helping them through an investigation and understanding what that is like. And then also through the court process, if they're required to be witnesses or be in court at all, we go with them.
So can we do something, Alicia? We'd like to have you. We're up against a break. We'd like to have you in the next segment.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to stay with us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Clint,
Sure,
you're going to
love
stay
to.
with us.
Oh,
All right, Alicia, hang tight here. Folks, we need to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to Greg Ferrera's Our Real Estate Rescue on KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM and 107.5 FM. We hope you're enjoying the show today. Stay tuned, don't go away. Alicia's going to share some more adventures and opportunities. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. You're listening to Greg Ferrera's Our Real Estate Rescue on KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM, 107.5 FM. I'm your host, Greg Ferrera with Good Vibes Real Estate, along with my amazing co-host, Mr. Clint Walker, and his creative solutions team at Summit Funding. Clint, welcome to the show.
thank you, Greg.
And I don't want to forget something.
Okay.
Folks, for those of you who get caught in moving and delays, I know I bring this up, Clint, but you and I watch it, we see it,
Yep.
we hear about it almost every single day.
Happened too many times.
Our friends over at Pro Reload Group, slow down, can get you out of a jam.
Yes.
They can help you. They've been doing it for a long, long time, and recently have helped several people
Yep.
get out of some jams, get moved when they weren't able to get help elsewhere. So please reach out to them. If you're looking for peace of mind, dependability, and confidence, if you'd like a free quote, please give them a call. Direct number right here in the Valley, 208-314-7997. 208-314-7997. You can also reach them at realestaterescueidaho.com. And don't forget, never pay for a move in advance, Clint.
Nope.
No deposits.
Nope.
And the cheapest guy is not always the best option.
It's a true story.
Boy, we learned that one lately, haven't we? Okay, we want to bring Alicia back. Alicia, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You have a very interesting career, profession, job that you have chosen.
Yes, I have. It's very interesting.
Wow.
Never a dull moment.
You know, during the break, we were kind of talking about some of the details involved in this, and I want to be super sensitive, having been in law enforcement for a number of years, having experienced some catastrophic situations. I want to be super, super sensitive to our listening audience and anything they may have gone through in their lives. But we also want to reach out today. You're one of our support systems here in the Valley when people get caught in dangerous situations or things they might not know how to handle. So I want to just go through a couple things here, Alicia, and you can kind of address this. But I thought I'd talk about some of the things in the notes here when we're talking about helping people, victims of domestic violence, child abuse, sex assaults, drunk driving victims, homicide. Also, you talked here about maybe suicide, places where children might be involved, and that you have over 70 victim witness coordinators throughout the entire state of Idaho. So for our listeners, this is not just Canyon County. Is that correct, Alicia?
Right. They're throughout the state of Idaho.
Would you like to talk about, just here for a minute, the type of things going on in these situations? We're talking about domestic violence, especially. We know what a challenge that is, and some of the situations you see.
Absolutely. Domestic violence and child abuse are probably the majority of the cases that we see. We spend a lot of time on domestic violence cases because so often something really simple that doesn't seem like a big deal, a slap, a push, can lead to a really violent incident later on, and it's hard to tell the difference. So we try really hard to get in to those situations early to give victims and offenders a lot of resources. So the court is giving the offender resources, but victim witness coordinators are giving the victims resources. And we never want to force a victim to do anything. Sometimes, and most often, it takes domestic violence victims an average of 8 times of an incident to happen, domestic violence incidents to happen, before they ever leave the first time.
So,
I
Alicia,
definitely have victims that go back multiple times before they actually leave.
Alicia, I want to stop you and go backwards here for a minute.
Yeah.
Wish I could push rewind on the show. You said something that's really important, I think, that the victims tend not to, there's a perception they don't get the support that maybe the perpetrators or suspects or whatever term you want to use. Can you say that again? That you're there to help folks and there's actually resources available for the victims.
There are. There's a lot of resources available for victims, but at some point they have to want it for themselves. And I think that's really what I see, is that victims really want to make these relationships work, so they will try absolutely everything to not lose the spouse to their spouse, their children's dad, or whatever, vice versa. It could be the female is the offender and this is the dad talking. But victims as a whole will try absolutely everything not to lose relationships. And so we continue to stand by them and help them understand what their choices and their resources are. And then once they're really ready to leave, then we can help them at that point. Some victims come into us and there has been no violence occurred yet, but they want to know, what steps do I need to take to prepare to get out of this relationship? So we don't always help people that the cops have shown up. We sometimes will be proactive in helping people prepare to leave a violent relationship. And that's really satisfying, because that really is at a spot where this victim is choosing, I can't do anything more. So really helping victims understand their resources and their choices and kind of map out a plan to get out of bad situations.
So I was looking at a note here to your point that says we help folks who are identified as victims in a violent crime in a police report, and it's not just the police report's what you're saying.
No, I'm actually helping a lady right now who is very frightened of the police, and she is not legal. And she finally, from a friend, reached out and said, I've heard that you're a safe person to talk to. And victim witness coordinators don't wear uniforms, and it's on purpose because we want victims to feel a little safer with us. Sometimes when you have a uniform and a badge and a gun, it's a little more daunting, but they feel a little bit more at ease with us. If they do report a crime, obviously I'm going to encourage them to report that crime. But for the most part, a lot of these people just want to understand what their choices are and how they can get out of the situation. And in some instances, is it really as bad as they think it is? And sometimes it's educating them on that part. And so we do a lot of the parts on education and sometimes getting them into counseling so that they can become ready to get out of some bad situation.
You know, I'd like to, with your permission, Alicia, give out a phone number people could reach you if they need.
Yes. My phone number in Canyon County is 208-455-5970. And you are always welcome to call if you are unsure of a question, you need referrals for, maybe you've had a suicide in your family and you don't know where grief counselors would be. That's something, obviously, we would have that information and could share that. If you're unsure about what's going to happen if I report child abuse, what are those steps? We can answer some of those questions and hopefully make people feel more comfortable in utilizing law enforcement and having law enforcement be a helping hand rather than sometimes how it's perceived in the media.
Wow, you have lots going on. That's impressive. Yeah. Folks, for those of you who didn't for those of you who didn't get it, the phone number 208-455-5970. One more time, 208-455-5970. Now, Alicia, you have a couple of events coming up and kind of wanted to speak to those.
So we're having Victims' Rights Week coming up nationally. Victims' Rights Week is coming up next week. And we also have our Law Enforcement Memorial coming up on May 14th. And we are honoring law enforcement who have been killed or injured in the line of duty. And that is at 2 o'clock on May 14th at the Canyon Hill Park in Caldwell. And it will be a beautiful ceremony for those officers. And then we're also having a celebration of law enforcement at Indian Creek on May 14th, honoring officers killed or injured in the line of duty.
Where could people get information for that Alicia?
So it will be on the Canyon County website for all of those events. So you go to the Canyon County website, you can go to the Canyon County Facebook, and all of those events are posted there.
Okay. And then a couple things you'd sent me. I found it interesting. April 28th was Denim Day.
Yes.
That was an interesting situation.
That's an interesting one, yeah. So we encourage people to wear denim on April 28th because of a sexual assault in which the victim was accused of her because her denim was too tight, that somehow she was, bringing on sexual assault, which is ridiculous. So they encourage people to wear denim on that day.
Fantastic.
We really want people to be respectful of everyone, and sexual assault has nothing to do with what you're wearing.
It's amazing what we hear today coming out of our media and some of the situations that we're dealing with across the country, for sure.
Yes, it is.
We could go
the more
into.
that we can help each other is all what we try and get out. That we want to help and make this Treasure Valley an amazing place to live and be good neighbors and good citizens. And I think that it's only natural if we have a partnership with our citizens to help us do that. We can't do it alone.
Well, us folks here at Real Estate Rescue support you folks 110%, and we cannot say thank you enough for dedicating your time to help folks as you are, Alicia. It's pretty amazing. Again, folks, her phone number, 208-455-5970, 455-5970. Alicia, I got about 30 seconds left. Is there anything you'd like to share before we have to go?
I want people to know how amazing survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence are, and the courage it takes to survive a suicide, survive these events that people have gone through, and we do it through helping each other and kindness. And so the more that you can spread that as well, it makes our job a lot easier.
Fantastic. We do want to say thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thanks for the work you're doing. You betcha. Folks, you bet. We need to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to Greg Ferrera's A Real Estate Rescue on KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM and 107.5 FM. We hope you're enjoying the show. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Clint and I are going to talk about prices in the Valley and some strategies to capitalize. Clint, what do you think?
I love it. Let's do it.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. You're listening to Greg Ferrera's A Real Estate Rescue on KIDO Talk Radio, 580 AM, 107.5 FM. And I'm your host, Greg Ferrera with Good Vibes Real Estate, along with my co-host, Mr. Clint Walker, and his Creative Solutions team at Summit Funding. Clint?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you, sir.
Wow, what a guest.
Yeah.
That's some powerful stuff.
It really is.
With everything going on, different situations happen in our lives, and we certainly want to be supportive of our law enforcement community, 100%.
Absolutely.
And any type of information that we can share with you folks, we want to do. And if you need something comes up, want to give you Alicia's contact number one more time, 208-455-5970. Again, 208-455-5970. Victims Assistance with Canyon County. And it looks like she can help you anywhere in the state of Idaho.
Right.
Yep.
Making a difference.
Yep. So thank you, Alicia. God bless you. We really appreciate everything you're doing. And folks, if you do need some help or know somebody who does, please take advantage of that.
That's right.
Definitely. Okay. Now let's get to something a little more, what? I don't know. Fun's probably not the right word.
Fun? Sure it is.
Interesting.
Hey, let's make it fun.
That's interesting. Well, okay.
I mean, that was really interesting. But you know what? Prices are interesting.
Yeah, the stats.
Up and down and up and all around. And
how do you make stats fun? Let's try it.
I don't know. Let's see what we can do.
Well, let's take a peek. In Ada County, Clint, actively for sale, there were 251 total homes.
Okay.
Actively listed for sale. Now, for those of you who are new to the show, the criteria we use is 3 bedrooms or more, 2 bathrooms or more, 2-car garage or more, and a half-acre or smaller lot.
Gotcha.
So no condos. If you have a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, it's not going to come up.
Nope.
So this is 3-bedroom or more, 2-bath or more. This will be resale and new construction. So in Ada County, total, there was 251, averaging, Clint, an astounding $672,000.
That's it?
In Idaho, 2021. Wow. New construction in Ada County across the board was a little over, just under 120 homes available, averaging 655. And your existing or resale homes, a little over 100 and a quarter of the 125 of those, averaging just over 680. Wow. Impressive. Now we'll drill down a little here into beautiful Eagle, Idaho. New construction, Clint, had 5 homes available, averaging just over $1 million. The floor, or the start of that, folks, was $750,000, Clint. You remember back in the early 1900s when you were there in Eagle?
I do.
Would you have ever thought $750,000?
Not in a million years. No.
That's the start.
That's the start.
The floor. Existing homes, folks, there were 15 of those that came up this week at averaging 1.149, Clint, and 415 was the start of that. Just a little bit over 400, going up to just under 3 million. Now, right next door in beautiful Boise, there were 18 new construction homes, averaging, here we are, Clint, we're still there, 1.029.
Wow.
$1 million. And the floor on that was 465, going up to just over 2 million in the new construction realm. And then existing or resale homes, there were 60 of those. So we have had an increase, Clint, in some supply here. Spring is here, and we've talked a little bit about that. It's a great time to sell. Those are averaging just under 660. 335 was the start. Now, there's been some bids on those homes, and in many cases, Clint, those prices are going up from that list price, but started at 335 and went to just under 3 million. And then right next door in beautiful Meridian, there were 56 new construction homes, averaging just under $600,000. I made a note, Clint, about 25% of those had price reductions.
Interesting.
Yep. Let's keep an eye on that.
Well, let's watch that.
Is it appraisals? Is it, well, I don't know. We're going to see.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Interesting, folks. We have some changes coming here in the market.
Yes, we do.
But I'm still seeing multiple offers everywhere.
Sure.
Now, existing or resale homes in beautiful Meridian, averaging just over $620,000. There were 45 of those. The floor on that, or the beginning price, was $350,000, going up to $1.96 million.
Wow.
Yep. And then right in Kuna, Idaho, new construction, there were 33 of those, averaging just over $490,000, Clint. So we're still under $500,000 average, starting at $399,000. So $400,000 is the floor for new construction in beautiful Kuna, Idaho, going to $575,000. And Clint made a note, 25% of those were having price reductions.
Okay.
So we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Existing homes, there weren't quite as many. There were a dozen, averaging $470,000, starting at $340,000, going just over $600,000. And then in Star, there were 5 new construction homes, averaging just over $630,000. The floor on that was $535,000, going up to just under $1 million. One existing home in Star was available now. That could change any minute, averaging, it was $549, excuse me, just under $550,000. And then let's go right over to Canyon County. Active homes was 171 of those, Clint, averaging $460,000. New construction was 122, averaging just under $478 or $468,000. And existing, there were 50 of those, averaging just over $440,000. And if we drill down into Nampa, there were 47 homes, averaging just under $500,000, starting at $407,000, going to $690,000. And existing or resale homes, there was 23 of those, averaging $450,000, starting at $300,000, going to $850,000, Clint. And then in Caldwell, there were 64 new construction homes, averaging just under $450,000. The $365,000 was a start. So great little point right there is where we start at $365,000 in Caldwell for new construction. Wow. Going up a little bit over $500,000. And then existing homes, there were 16 of those, averaging just over $450,000, starting at $250,000. And there was one of those at $250,000, and they started climbing, going to $1.175 in Caldwell, Idaho. Yep. And then right in Middleton, our town of focus and highlight last week with Mayor Rule. What an awesome show. It was so great to have him on. That town is going to, I'd say explode with love.
Yes.
Lots of cool things happening out there.
Lots.
Great for businesses.
It's moving.
A lot of neat stuff coming.
Yep.
There were 8 new construction homes. I'm sure there'll be more in the future, averaging just over $485,000. And there were some price reductions in that group also. $437,000 was a start, up to $560,000. And existing or resale, there were 8 of those also, averaging just over $400,000, starting at $340,000.
There you go.
So that's your neck of the woods.
That is.
It's booming.
Everything is.
Gonna be booming.
Oh, it's booming.
I can't wait to share some more of our mayors in some of the communities, because when I meet with the mayors, Clint, and I come out of those offices, I get the chills sometimes.
Yeah, they got a lot going on, don't they?
Wow. Oh, yeah. Overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah. They see the growth. How do you fix the infrastructure? How do you keep everything going in the right direction, right?
We got a minute left. What should we share?
It?
What do you think? Yeah, it always goes so fast. We had a great guest. We have more mayors coming. The valley's going gangbusters.
You know, there's lots of different options, Greg. I think we need to open this up. I think that also lending side of it, we're opening things up as well. Construction loans for people if they're wanting to get out, if they have a piece of land or they need to find a piece of land. Obviously, you're here to help them do that. And but we even have construction loans for manufactured homes.
Wow.
Yes,
That's new.
It is new.
I've had to tell a lot of people we can't get that
do
one.
them. We can do that.
Wow. All right. That's going to open some opportunities.
It will.
Yeah. So, folks, if that's been an option for you, something you've been looking at, and the lenders you're working with say, oops, we can't do that because I've told people we can't. This is a new deal.
Yeah, it is.
So not only has Clint built a bridge loan, now we can do manufactured
home construction loans.
Awesome.
Yeah, beautiful.
Fantastic. Well, folks, it's still a great time to sell. We're helping lots of our listeners right now get their homes ready to go, tuned up, and yard work, and paint, and repairs, roofs, all kinds of different things. We have some great contractors doing a fantastic job to help you capitalize in a market today that can actually be life-changing, Clint.
It can be.
Yep.
100%.
I want to wish everybody a fantastic and safe weekend. There's been some traffic accidents lately I've been hearing about, so please be careful out there. Slow down a little bit.
Down.
Yeah. Wow.
Enjoy life for a little bit.
Yep. Take it easy. Folks, Clint and I do want to say thanks for joining us today. We hope the show has been educational and entertaining. If you are considering buying or selling a home or need financing or refinancing, get a hold of us, realestaterescueidaho.com. You can also reach us directly at 208-559-0590. One more time, 208-559-0590. If you need help getting moved in or out of Idaho or just need some safe temporary storage, you can reach out to the folks over at Pro Relo Group, 208-314-7997. 208-314-7997. And you can reach all of us at realestaterescueidaho.com. Remember, here at Greg Ferrera's Real Estate Rescue, we believe in old school principles, the power of the personal connection, where a handshake, a phone call, and your words still matter. Have a great week. Don't forget to join us here next Saturday at noon for more great tips and strategies to navigate the real estate market in the Treasure Valley. Clint and I want to say thanks for joining us and have a great day.